welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week I'm trying to hold myself accountable by posting in intervals. So I'm gonna post today, tomorrow, and post and so forth. So that's how it's gonna go. Speaking of accountability, that is today's video. Without wasting any time, let's unpack accountability. Right, so on my previous video, I mentioned and I spoke a little bit more about, embracing messy things and, finally accepting when things are not happening for you and so forth and so forth. Like being afraid of celebrating because we were taught that blessings are associated with suffering or pain. And that's the narrative that we grew to believe, and that's the narrative we grew to accept as adults, that in order for me to be in a happy relationship, I need to endure 5 more relationships that are just freaking toxic and they're not good for me and they're very difficult. Or in order for me to get to a point in my life where I'm happy and I'm at peace and all of that, I need to first be unhappy and experience all these other things that are not adjacent to happiness at all. So I decided, hey, why not do these videos, because I have a lot to unpack, and besides that, I really do love talking. So in today's video, I just really want to talk about accountability, because I feel like it's so easy for us to blame other people, right? So yes, we are afraid of celebrating things because we were taught that blessings are associated with pain and suffering. So unless you have suffered or unless you have endured pain, you cannot receive blessings. That's why it's so hard for us to embrace good moments and good memories and good things that are happening in our lives, because we're afraid that, this is happening too easy, therefore it is too good to be true. You know the song, "You're just too good to be true, can't take my eyes off you." If I could sing, but I'm gonna go to America's Got Talent. But on a serious note, I also want us to hold ourselves accountable at the fact that we have this habit of holding on to things. So we're afraid of unlearning and learning, because new things, they are exciting first of all, and we mistaken them for forever. So we think, oh yeah, I got a job like this, and that is new, it's happening in your life, but we think, yeah, I'm gonna keep this forever. It doesn't work like that, right? And then we also have this habit of holding on to things when we're afraid of letting go. It's not just people. I don't think it's just people. And this is the part where they say a toxic thing about me is that I have a habit of holding on. It's not memories, it's not people, it's beyond that. It's what I think has always been right, and seeing things unfold in front of me that question the one thing that I've been holding on to. And I realized this actually is not it. So we were taught that unless you suffer, you cannot be blessed. And we grew up and we got to learn more about the laws, of attracting things, manifesting. We learn that when the time is right, things will happen for you. We learn all those things. So now we have tools that are telling us that no, you don't have to suffer in order for you to experience beautiful things in your life. And yet we're holding on to that narrative because it's what we have known for so long. And then we wonder why is it so hard for us to unlearn, relearn, and be at a place in our lives where we're able to say, you know what, I'm good. If things happen for me, they will happen. If they don't, they don't. I remember growing up, my grandmother used to say, Honna, that God blesses people according to their sufferings. You know that there's a verse or a chapter, I think it's a verse in the Bible that says, I don't know the chapters because I suck, I don't have a good memory, but it talks about being blessed in 10-folds and 50-folds. So it's like the more you suffer, the more you get blessed. That's the narrative I grew up with. And now that I'm grown and I realize that I'm afraid of little things, I'm afraid of measurable things, because I think I did not suffer to deserve this big thing. And I'm holding myself accountable because I cannot blame people. I cannot blame my family. I cannot blame my friends. I cannot blame people that I've had exchanges with to say, but what you told me though is the reason why I'm not able to do this thing. So I'm holding myself accountable to say, I know this is not true, and yet I'm holding on to it because there's some sort of peace that comes with holding on to something that you have known your entire life. And this is also one of the reasons why we are not able to embrace new beginnings, because we are holding on to past things. You're holding on to what you were told in the past, what you were taught in the past, and you want to take that with you into your future beginnings. And we wonder why we just can't hold on to things. I know this is like, it's like I sound like I'm contradicting myself, but we have a habit of holding on to things that we were taught, things that we grew up with, and yet we struggle to also hold on to things that are new because we don't recognize them, we don't know them. Actually, this is trauma. Hold on, this is trauma. Sometimes when I talk, my mind just blows and I'm like, oh, I'm having this moment. But honestly, we have a trauma of holding on to things that are very familiar to the eye than things that are brand new, even though this is exactly what we want. So we struggle with new beginnings because we don't know them. We've never been to new beginnings. And yet we want to push ourselves out of this misery and the trauma that we have grown to know, and we want to take that to new beginnings, and we struggle to be there because we don't know how to be there. I mean, we've never been there. So if you're watching this video, this is for you. I'm telling you that you're holding on to things that are in the past, and I want you to take accountability that you are not in the present, that you're afraid of celebrating what is to come or what is coming or what has arrived because you're still holding on to what you were taught. You're still holding on to what you used to know. I also want to tell you that it's okay to learn, to unlearn, to relearn, and to want to know new things. It's okay that things are not happening the way you were taught. It's okay that things are happening the way they're happening, and you don't have to be afraid of that, and you don't have to question that, because it does not in any way, solidify what you have known, because this is new. So hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable for things that are not happening in your life because you're holding on to the past. We have a bad habit of holding on to things that do not allow us to bloom and grow. You are not growing because you were taught that if you do not suffer, you cannot enjoy little things in life. And you're holding on to that because you think that's okay. And then you want to go around blaming everyone but you. Blame yourself. Blame yourself because you're the reason why certain things are not happening in your life. Yes, this video was to call myself out and call you out. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be back with another video. So I'm trying the best that I can to not talk too long, because I can talk for a very, very long time when no one is listening to me. I can talk, and I am going to talk. But on today's video, this is what I just want us to unpack. And I hope that, I see you in the comment section. It will be nice to see you in the comment section. I'm trying the best that I can to hold myself accountable. So I hope you do the same thing. Until next time, love yourself a little bit louder.